Have a conversation with Evansville's Mayor Lloyd Winnecke, and today we're going to talk about an important topic, which is trying to stay safe and be wise during the pandemic. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I think this is an important conversation to continue to have as we go right into flu season. So what are your concerns about the combination of flu season and COVID-19?
Yeah, the more I talk to healthcare professionals at both Ascension, St. Vincent, and Deaconess, and the leadership team at the Vanderburgh County Health Department, I am concerned about the fact that these two, one season and one pandemic, are meeting at the same time. And so both have very similar symptoms. So it's important now more than ever to get a flu shot. In fact, I'm getting my flu shot today. I get one every season, and knock on wood, it has kept me from getting sick. So we encourage people to get out and get the flu shot because the similarities, as I said, between COVID and the flu are so similar. And we know hospitals they're certainly not at their capacity, but with the recent uptick in numbers, there are more people hospitalized. We know that, so we don't want to stretch our healthcare providers too far.
And what is your understanding of the readiness, the preparedness of our local healthcare system, all the hospitals and emergency clinics?
Yeah, I'm very confident with their ability to treat not only flu symptoms and flu-like symptoms, but COVID patients. I'm on a call 2 nights a week with our area hospitals and the health department, our local school leaders and other elected officials to get an update on where we stand. So we'll have that call tonight also. I am convinced that they are still in good shape. They have the finger on the pulse of what's going on with COVID in our region. It is, we can't be naive about this. The virus is alive in Evansville, in Vanderburgh County, in Southwest Indiana, in your entire viewing area. So we need to be cognizant of that by continuing to wear masks and continuing to practice social distancing, and to the extent possible, avoiding large crowds.
How do you feel about, since we're back in business, if you will, and restaurants are open and other businesses are open, how are we doing?
First of all, I totally understand the governor's situation or his decision to move to 5.0. He's looking at the numbers of the entire state and not just pockets of the state. We're in a different situation than we were in the beginning of the pandemic. If you'll recall, in the beginning of the pandemic, the rest of the state had really bad numbers and we had really great numbers. Now we don't have great numbers and the rest of the state has better numbers. So the governor, in deciding to go to 5.0, is looking at the entire state of Indiana. But I also know this, Angie, I know that restaurateurs and business owners are concerned about the health and well-being of their clients. Carol and I go to a lot of restaurants, and we see what local restaurateurs are doing to keep us safe. And listen, they want to be successful for the long haul, not just next week or next month or even next year. They want to be open in 5 years and 10 years, and to do that, they realize they have to do everything in their power to keep us safe and healthy.
Well, and to your point, though, we also have to do everything in our power to make sure that that whole system works.
Exactly. I've heard several stories in the last week or so that concern me, but it's about people making decisions that aren't smart for them or their families. I mean, this is we've endured this now since March. We all hope that a vaccine is available, sometime around the first of the year. So we're not done with this. Right. And even though we've gone to stage 5 in Indiana, we still have to use our personal, we have to take personal responsibility for our actions. And that's mask and social distancing, all the things we've been talking about since the middle of March.
Thank you so much for being with us, Mayor Lloyd Winnecke of Evansville.
My pleasure. Good to see you.
See you soon. We'll be back with more Lifestyles after this. Stay with us.